What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with another Lucky Dip, and this is another Izzy Dip. Once again, big shout out to Izzy World, major friend and champion of the channel. And the next tune in the sequence he's laid out for us is a track by Aqualung, a name I'm not familiar with, but that is highly amusing. And the track is Strange and Beautiful, and then parenthetically, I'll put a spell on you. So the parenthetical part, it's, the conjugation of the verb is a bit different. The I will instead of I, like, just put a spell on you in terms of um, the past indication of the event. But yeah, ultimately, strange and beautiful. It's an interesting combination. It's something that is, I suppose, exotic. The essence of the phrase exotic, something alluring but which is unfamiliar or foreign. So strange and beautiful has that same quality. It's something that you're not, you don't quite understand or is not what you normally see or know. But it is attractive. It is something that has an appeal. And then I'll put a spell on you sounds more like a plan. It sounds like a declaration rather than something that's already happened. So I wonder what it might be. Either way, again, Aqualung is just a funny name. So let's listen. This is Aqualung, Strange and Beautiful. I'll put a spell on you. A track included in a collection of Lucky Dips provided by a friend of the channel, Izzy World.
Watching your world from afar, I've been trying to be where you are, and I've been secretly falling apart, unseen. To me, you're strange and you're beautiful. You'd be so perfect with me, but you just can't see. You turn every head, but you don't see me. I'll put a spell on you. You fall asleep when I put a spell on you. And when I wake you, I'll be the first thing you see. And you realize that you love me. Sometimes the last thing you want comes in first. Sometimes the first thing you want never comes. I know the waiting is all you can do. Sometimes I put a spell on you. You fall asleep, I'll put a spell on you. And when I wake you, I'll be the first thing you see. And you will realize that you love me. I'll put a spell on you. You fall asleep, 'cause I'll put a spell on you.
like a dreamy end of the tune, except the piano, it's very forte, like forceful at the end, and the percussive elements is sort of shifted to a backward rhythm. So it was actually a bit more like chaotic at the end than the experience of it felt like at the time. So yeah, ultimately it's funny. It's like it's a very different sounding song, but on some level it's a song that thematically makes me think of "It's No Good" by Depeche Mode. The idea of someone being convinced that the other person really should know that it's a perfect fit to be with this other, with the narrator, with the singer, and that they should recognize this, and eventually, if the person waits long enough, the other person will figure it out. And in this case, he's saying, like, I wish I could just cast a spell on you and you'd fall asleep, and when you wake up, you'd see me, I'd kind of imprint on you emotionally, and boom, you'd recognize that you do love me, and, that it is a perfect fit. So, yeah, it's like sonically and even in its emotional feeling, very different than It's No Good. But yeah, thematically, it didn't feel that far away. Perhaps again with a slightly different element, the idea of being able to cast a spell on someone, which that part of it does speak to the CCR song, which in the moment I don't remember if that's an original by them or if they covered that, but yeah, the idea of saying like you're the one, I know you're the one, and if I need to or if I have to, I'll find a way to like cast some spell on you. I'll utter an incantation and change your mind that way if I have to. But yeah, sweet singing. There's like a singer, I don't know if it's like the guy from Keen. There's like so many groups that I'm going through, but there's a singer that the voice reminded me of. And in the moment I was like trying to search through it, but then I was like, don't get lost. Like sometimes when I'm listening to techno, I'll start thinking about other things like, oh wow, it's like 2 minutes later in the track, I have to mix out now. So I was making sure that like I didn't do that, and I was trying to focus on like the sonic elements, which it like it's very languid, not in a bad way. Sometimes if you say languid, it's like, oh, it's slow and sluggish. This was like more measured and slow, but in a deliberate, like intentional way. And it almost felt like it was intentionally lagging a little bit behind where it should be, so to speak. So I enjoyed that rhythm or tempo to the tune. It seemed to fit the idea that you can't just quite get things in this situation to where you think they should be, to where you want them to be, but you're still holding out hope. You're still trying to get it there. So it felt like that was appropriate. Either way, another cool tune. Shout out to Izzy. Let me know what you think. I will see you next time. Peace.